Welcome to Limerick Insider on Limerick.ie, the monthly video news service updating you on the events happening in Limerick City and County. Here are the stories for August. The Milford Hospice Harvest Fair brought great crowds to Castletroy on a recent sunny Sunday. The annual fundraiser helps to support the continuation and development of specialist hospice services in the Midwest. A variety of attractions catered for all age groups, and families turned out in great numbers to support the event. Children enjoyed an animal farm, bouncy castles and face painting, while adults could browse through an impressive array of stalls and try their hand at the perennial favourite, the Wheel of Fortune.
We set three objectives for the fair for this year. One was the family fun day out. That was a key objective that we wanted. Second one was that we would run it very safely. Bringing 30,000 people out here to this site is a big undertaking, and it's important that they all go home the same way as they arrived. They all go home safely. And that was a key objective. And the third and key other objective was that we want obviously to make money for Milford.
I suppose we have an ongoing commitment to the people of the Midwest that, look, in return for your support, we are quite happy to commit to ensuring that what we do on a day-to-day basis, we will continue to improve on that and to make sure that people that need the services of Milford Hospice will receive what is in effect a top-class service, which is what they deserve.
Several events were held across Limerick City and County to mark National Heritage Week this month. Thoman Park Stadium offered special tours of their spectacular interactive museum, showcasing the proud history and heritage of Munster Rugby. The museum contains an impressive array of memorabilia, such as the match ball from the famous victory over the All Blacks in 1978 and the 2006 Heineken Cup trophy. Stadium tours were also offered as part of Heritage Week, giving people access to areas only seen by players and officials on match days. The Hunt Museum also marked National Heritage Week by encouraging members of the public to view their diverse collection of antiquities and art from the Neolithic era to the 20th century. Tour guides in period costume regaled visitors with stories and facts about various artefacts from Greece, Rome and Egypt, as well as important Irish archaeological material. The Hunt Museum also has an impressive art collection, with artworks by the likes of Pablo Picasso, Pierre Renoir and Jack B. Yeats on display. Adair Village also marked National Heritage Week, with a number of activities coordinated by Adair Heritage Centre, including tours of Desmond Castle and the Franciscan Priory. The Heritage Centre also hosts an exhibition of Adair's unique past, from the arrival of the Normans to the ancient abbeys of the Middle Ages. Local storytellers were also on hand to inform and entertain members of the public with knowledge and stories from the locality. Some of the country's top open water swimmers took to the River Shannon recently for the 2011 Thoman Swim. Almost 50 people took part in the race, which spanned 1.7 kilometres. The swim began at St Michael's Boat Club Slipway and passed through Curragara Falls to Thoman Bridge, past King John's Castle and back to the finish at Howley's Quay. First female was last year's winner, Geraldine Hayes, while first male was John Battles. Event organiser Dermot Maguire hopes the Thoman Swim will go from strength to strength for both participants and spectators.
I think it's important that events like this, which are urban based, and as I said, originally it was from Barrington's Pier into town, and the reason we brought it into town totally was so that there could be public participation. And I would see kind of that hopefully over the next number of years it'll build and it'll get more popular with public and swimmers, and soon it'll be at the same level as the Liffey Swim or the Harbour Swim in Dublin, and it'll be like kind of one of the big three open water swims in the country.
Munster's largest agricultural event, the Limerick Show, attracted large crowds to the racecourse in Patrick's Well this month. The popular agricultural show had something for everyone, drawing crowds from both rural and urban communities. Trade stands comprising everything from jewellery to farm machinery, beauty and health products, and a large and varied farmers' market proved popular. The show jumping Grand Prix brought riders from all over the country, while cattle, pigs, sheep and goats were on display. The Pet Dog Show was a popular event which drew a large audience. Chairman of the Limerick Show Society, Leo Walsh, said this year's show was their biggest yet.
Well, one of the highlights, I suppose, is the jumping Grand Prix, the cattle show, and the crafts and the horticultural section, and some fantastic trade stands. I suppose the past few years we tried to bring city and county people together, and I suppose with the amalgamation of city and county councils, we want to bring city people, and we run free buses out here, and we want to encourage people. It's rural life in Ireland, and that's what it is all about.
This month saw the return of honorary Limerick man Simon Baker to his adopted city after 5 days walking on one leg from Dublin to Limerick. The Castletroy resident, who was a below-the-knee amputee, walked the equivalent of 9 marathons on one leg and a set of crutches to raise funds for the ISPCC and Childline. His one step at a time challenge meant that Simon and his supporters, including his trainer Jason Kenny, walked 257 kilometres in 5 days. Jason Kenny described Simon as an inspiration.
Simon's the type of guy, when he wants to do something, he sets his mind to it. In fairness to him, he doesn't see anything as a huge goal. He sets everything into small goals to have finally come to a larger goal. And I think that's what we should be doing in life in general. And it works the same with us no matter what we're doing in personal training. You start small and you work as wide as you can until you reach your goal, which is the greater goal. And eventually when you get to that, you want to get something more, you know. But that's what I take from this one, that Simon is such an inspiration, really. And he let nothing get in his way, absolutely nothing. Weather, obstacles, nothing got in his way. And I think that's just phenomenal. And it drove us all on, to be honest.
Simon paid tribute to his team of supporters and said he was overwhelmed by the well wishes and generosity of the public.
What a journey. We were just saying there coming in, you just couldn't explain, you know, this. I'd like to think, even as an Englishman, I was out there representing Limerick, you know, carrying the flag for Limerick. But to be honest, this has been, put it this way, I mean, we said our motto is doing it for the kids. The whole nation's done it for the kids. It's not just me, it's been a pyramid. I'm at the top of the pyramid, and you pull one of those bricks out, and that's the team, to people who donated, followed us on Facebook, sent good messages. They're all part of that pyramid. And of course, the homecoming in Limerick. Limerick people are just fantastic. You can hear the music over there, smell the burgers. You know, I'm only living in this city 4 years. It's been just fantastic. What could I ask for? Like, you know, people in Limerick are just fantastic.
If you would like to donate to the One Step at a Time fundraiser, text STEP to 57252 at a cost of €2. For more information on these and other great events happening in Limerick City and County, check out www.limerick.ie.